channel. And to my subscribers, thank you for tuning in. And to those of you who have not subscribed to my channel yet, look down below my video. You'll see that red word. It says subscribe. Just hit it. It'll turn black and you're a subscriber. There's a little bell next to it. If you want to ring that bell, you'll get a notification every time I post a new recipe. And for those of you that have asked, don't worry, there's no charge to subscribe, no one bothers you. All it means is you get a notification so you don't miss out on any of my videos. So hit subscribe and boop, ring that bell. Also, just to get business out of the way, probably tomorrow or the next day, I'm going to be posting a Q&A. And it's going to be 30 questions, 30 things you're going to learn about me. And also, I'm going to tag 4 other bakers that most of you probably know on YouTube. They've all agreed to participate in the tag, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So watch out for that. So anyway, let's get started. Today, we are going to make a Polish poppy seed, you ready? Mashed potato cake. That's right, I said mashed potatoes. So, as far as I know, the Polish cake is very popular around Christmas and Easter. Sort of a tradition. I believe these cakes are made during that time. Now, honestly, I think you'll be hard-pressed to find one that has mashed potatoes in it. I can't take credit for this recipe. This was passed on from a coworker of mine. When I was working, we did a cookbook as a fundraiser, and this is a cake that she contributed, and it's something that her mother made for her during the holidays. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is, with my mixer, I am going to add 3/4 of a cup of softened butter. I want to get that all in there. And the cameraman is filming today. And for you new subscribers that aren't aware of it, the cameraman is my husband, Tim. And he tells me, call me the cameraman. So that's what we call him. So we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of butter and 2 cups of granulated sugar. And I'm going to get that blended and incorporated. So here we go with that. I'm going to try to do this video a little faster. I know I say that every time, but I'm going to do my best to speed it along because I know you don't want to spend your whole day listening to the diva talk. So we're getting the sugar and we're getting the butter incorporated here. And after I do that, I'm going to add in, looks good, I'm going to now add in 4 eggs that I have already beaten well. And I'm going to add in there 1 cup of mashed potatoes. Now, you can make the mashed potatoes. If you've had mashed potatoes the night before and you have leftovers, you can use those. You can mash your own potatoes, or I cheated. I bought these. This was a bag of the Idahoan signature russet potatoes. And I just made a small batch of them. So I'm going to add in the 1 cup of mashed potatoes. I think that's the secret ingredient in this, because I think if you search high and low, you're not going to find too many poppy cakes with mashed potatoes in them. So let me get that mixed. Looks good. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. It smells like buttery mashed potatoes. Okay. So after you've done that, I'm going to add flour and milk. Now this recipe calls for 1 cup of flour, which I've pre-measured, and 1/2 cup of regular milk. And you should alternate them as you're putting them in. So I'm going to put a little flour in first. Mix it a little. Cake is very easy to make. It's all in one bowl. Now I'm I'm going to add some of the milk. A little more flour. Some more milk. And then the rest of the flour I'm going to put in. Looks so good. All right, let's get that mixed. And I will put this recipe down below in the subscription box for you, the description box for you. Okay, that's all mixed and it looks good. It has the consistency of looking like very smooth mashed potatoes. Now I'm going to put in the rest of my ingredients. So we need 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Level them off. 1, 2. Move this aside. We're going to need a half a teaspoon of salt. Whoops. Whoopsie. Okay, let me put some salt in there. I can't believe it's spring. It's spring and we still have a little snow outside that's melting. It's very cold and it's super windy. So I'm waiting for the sun and the flowers. So that is a half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, half a cup. Now the recipe calls for white raisins. I could not find white raisins anywhere, so I bought yellow raisins. If you can find white raisins in your area, use the white, but I'm putting in the yellow, and I didn't think that, you know, that would alter the recipe that much. So this is a half a cup of raisins, a half a teaspoon of vanilla, and last but not least, this is the star of the show. We need a half a pound of ground poppy seeds. So I don't have a half a pound of ground poppy seeds, but I did buy poppy seeds, and I'm gonna throw in some of these, and we're gonna keep our fingers crossed and see how this works, because obviously it's poppy seed cake. So cameraman, a half a pound is how many ounces?
4.
4 ounces. And
no, I'm sorry, half a pound?
Half a pound
8.
is 8 ounces. And this jar is about 2.5 ounces.
Yikes.
So I'm not going to put all of this in. I'm going to put some of it in.
Now, are those seeds going to grow hair inside the cake?
I hope not.
Oh, okay.
All right. So I've got my poppy seeds in there. I guess if you have a little scale, you can just measure it or you can eyeball it. And now we're going to mix all that together. Now while that's mixing, I previously greased 2 loaf pans. This recipe does make 2 loaves of the poppy cake. This does look like it has quite a bit of poppy seeds in it. Let me scrape down the sides of the bowl. Get up and do that. Decided to wear my diva apron today because I'm a bit of a messy baker and I always ruin my clothes. That has quite a few poppy seeds in it, so I think that's about right. I'm really a little reluctant to put any more in. So I think that'll be good. And I'm going to now put this mixture into the greased pans. And I preheated my oven already. So they are going to go into a 350 degree oven for 1 hour. So let me get this mixture into the pan. And then I'll pop them in the oven and we'll come back when they're cooled for a taste testing. I don't know if you can see, cameraman, but this is what it looks like. Can you see it? All right, I'm gonna use my spatula, put this in the pans, and I will be back in a few minutes, or I should say 50 minutes, an hour, after these have cooled, to show you what they look like and to give them a taste, okay? See you soon. Hi, I'm back. The 2 loaf cakes came out of the oven. I cooled them on a cooling rack. I took them out of the loaf pans, and let me tell you, they smell divine. The whole house smelled so good. The cameraman kept coming up and down the stairs into the kitchen saying, are they ready to cut yet? Are they ready to cut yet? So this is the cake, one of them. They're delicious. They have a nice sweet flavor to them. Now I want to correct something. I put in 1/4 of a cup of the ground poppy seeds. Now if you like more poppy seeds, you can put 1/2 cup. That was a typo on the recipe. I knew something was wrong there when I saw pounds. There was no way it was like pounds of poppy seed. So the cameraman already did cut this other one here, and I don't think you'll be able to zoom in, cameraman, close enough, but you can see there are quite a few poppy seeds in there. But some people like a lot of poppy seeds in their cake, and some just like a moderate amount. I think this is perfect, this recipe, just the way it was with 1/4 of a cup. So I am going to do a taste testing now. Let me just cut a piece of this. And you know, I think this comes back to everything old is new. I know a long time ago, I think it was during World War II, on or about World War II, eggs and sugar were not of an abundance. So people had to come up with creative ideas, and they had to figure out what they were going to do, and that's when they started baking with potatoes. The potatoes make the cake so moist. And I've seen recipes for chocolate potato cake and all, but I never saw one for the poppy seed cake. So you've got to try this. It is looking good. Now let me take it, taste a bite. Sweet, but not too sweet. I think, and I'm not just saying this, it's delicious. So, if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, hit the like button. So good. Make a comment and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to look out for the new Q&A video that's coming up, and lots of Easter recipes. And everyone, have a great day. Toodles!